College of the Canyons looking to bounce back after an opening season loss at the hands of Irvine Valley on Friday, hosting the Long Beach City College Vikings here tonight at the Cougar Cage in 3C2A Women's Volleyball. Hello, everybody. I'm Matt Robinson. Happy to have you along with us as usual here on the Cougar Sports Network. As we said, COC bouncing back off of a loss, trying to clean things up and get a little bit better here today. That's really the goal. 15 freshmen, 16 new faces on a 17-player roster. The only returner, Camilla Benjamin, expected to be in the lineup here tonight for COC. But it's not all bad after the sweep at the hands of Long Beach the other night. As we said, fresh faces in pretty much new places when you think about it for COC. Just trying to get better, and you know, you have to look back just a couple of years ago for a tough start for COC. The Cougars went 2-8 under Clay Timmons, who was the head coach that year, to start the season, but finished off with a 16-11 record, a 10-2 conference record, made the 3C2A SoCal regional playoffs, and fought their way all the way to the state playoffs at that point in time that year. And it's part of a 2-straight-year run where the Cougars have made the state tournament, trying to get back there for a third straight year, facing a Long Beach City College team that's coming off of a tough loss, or a tough season last year, we should say. Last year for Long Beach City College, just 3-16 under their third-year head coach, Tyler Jackson. Trying to bounce back. A lot of new faces on their roster for you this year, as this is their first game of the regular season. Well, for Clay Timmons and Lisa Hooper's squad, it's pretty simple. Continue to get everybody involved. That's what COC needs to do. When you have a young squad, you have a new squad, trying to get everybody mixed in and mixed up, trying to see who's going to work, what combinations go well together. That's kind of the key. And along those lines, continue to grow as a team for COC this year. Like we said, 15 freshmen, 16 new players on the roster, so it's pretty much a brand new roster when you think about it, and just trying to get everybody to grow a little bit better. And one of the other keys, be clean on the attack. That was part of their struggle the other night, just an .054 hitting percentage on the attack against Irvine Valley College, and it really led it to a tough night. So they'll try and get back at it here today as they get ready to go against Long Beach City College. For COC, Naomi Greer, Camilla Benjamin, and Kyla Dothard all in the front row at the moment. Sophia Aranzazu, Leah Gilly, and Caitlin Vazin in the back, with the libero for COC going to be Presley Goldfein. For Long Beach on the other side, a straight six starting, Michaela Curry, along with Anaya Viuloa. We'll do our best with some of the names today, as we don't get a pronunciation guide, so we'll do what we can. Perlana Tulio is also in the back row as well for Long Beach. Keilani Moncada is the libero for the Vikings. Jordan Hollins along the back row, and can't see the number on the final player. Looks like it's Montserrat Rodriguez, who's one of their returners from last year. The Cougars will start with the ball and start to work. As we are underway, Long Beach will get the first attack, and they will get the first point on a little off-speed swing from Jordan Hollins, but it's able to fall and score. So a 1-0 lead for Long Beach to open up here. Fonte plays it over. It's a free ball back to COC as they'll go back to work on the attack. They try and set near side to Greer, who was blocked at the net. Now they'll set Dothard doubled at the net. Hit back over for a point. Just kind of falling away from anything was Anaya Viuloo. And it's 2-0 in favor of Long Beach. So it's a 2-1 lead as the Cougars get back within one. So the Cougars able to score another, and they'll send Camilla Benjamin back. Benjamin will get a look here. Cougars instead will set Greer on the near side. Long Beach able to keep it up. They try and tap it down. No touch. Point is given to COC as it did not fall in. So the Cougars with a 3-2 lead here early on. Make it 5-2 as a service ace for COC. And the Cougars continuing to roll right now. After a 2-0 start for Long Beach, the Cougars on a 5-0 run. Make it 5-3. Small delay here, so we're just waiting on everything to be cleaned back up. Canyon's trying to keep the ball off the floor. They'll set Gilly. She swings, no touch given. It goes long. Scored 5 all. Sorry, folks, we're a one-man show, so we'll get back to calling the action here in a second, where we're trying to fix the scoreboard issue, and unfortunately I am the tech support as well as the play-by-play guy, so bear with me. We'll let you listen to the sounds of the game for the moment. So 10-9 in favor of Long Beach as we get back to work. No touch given for Caitlin Vazin. She thought she had a touch. Officials said no. And so Long Beach adds another, make it 11-9 in favor of the Vikings. As a service ace that time. It was a nice job from the back line by Rihanna Gagao. Long Beach with a 12-9 advantage here in the first set. That one gonna be well long, so Canyons gets a point back. Make it 12-10. We look at COC in the last matchup. They didn't really have a lot of good attack chances. Only Carice Johnson was really solid on the attack line. Johnson, 6 attacks on 10 attempts, or 6 kills on 10 attempts, and just 1 error. As a block of the net by both Benjamin and Greer, the Cougars will get a chance to swing, but they never actually got it up as it was a bump set. Vazin never went up to get it, so Long Beach gets a point after some good COC defense turns into some faulty COC passing. As we were talking about, Carice Johnson had 6 kills, 1 error on 10 attacks, 50% hitting percentage in the match. She was the only one above 5 kills in the match. The Cougars just struggled to score on the offensive attack side, and they stayed in a couple of sets against Irvine, but it was due to some Irvine Valley mistakes as we see another error, this time by Greer as she rolls it long, and a timeout called by Clay Timmons here. So Clay Timmons and Lisa Hooper want to talk about it, a timeout on the floor. So we'll take a break as well. COC trailing 14-10 here in the first set to Long Beach City.
College of the Canyons is always ready when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougars athletics programs offer a great college experience. Take control of your athletic future at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
So Long Beach leading 14-10. They'll start with service here. Tuliao with the serve, that time a double called on COC. Good diving dig by Golfine. Cougars able to keep it up off the floor. That one partially blocked at the net. Cougars will get a chance with Vazin on the weak side, and she's got it. And I believe into the net anyway, so the Cougars would have gotten the point whether it was long or not. Vazin scores it with a net touch on Long Beach. Kyla Dothard comes into the game for COC. The only other player besides Camilla Benjamin with college experience, as she played for Antelope Valley College last season. One of a couple of valedictorians from the COC roster this year as well. That one misses on the near side. So the Cougars back within a 3 right now. That one stuffed block at the net. Benjamin went up. I believe Vazin might have been there as well. Actually, it might have been Aaron Zazu up at the net. Regardless, a good block from COC. Make it 15-13 here. Little roll that goes wide. Tuliao trying to find the mark, could not. So COC back within 1. 15-14, and that's going to bring us a Long Beach timeout. As Tyler Jackson wants to talk about it, we'll take a break. COC trailing 15-14 to Long Beach here in this first set.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Welcome back in to the Cougar Sports Network, the Cougar Cage, COC and Long Beach. Here on a Wednesday night in a 1-point first set. Long Beach 15, COC 14. It's been kind of a back and forward first set. Cougars off to a slow start, trailed 2-0. Long Beach then struggled for a few moments as COC was able to crawl back and take a 5-0 run to take a 5-2 lead, but then Long Beach pressed the lead back up, and now we sit with both sides kind of going back and forward as we're even at 15-all as the ball hits the roof of the building and doesn't get over. So the Cougars take another point. We're even at 15-all. Long Beach get a chance. Hollins had it blocked. Bump set from Golfine, poked into the net and kept up by COC, or poked into the block, we should say. Now Dothard off the antenna. So Long Beach will score and take the lead by a point, 16-15. So we continue to roll back and forward here. Good look that time from COC as they come off the near side and find yet another point. And then a service ace for College of the Canyons as Camilla Benjamin with a little float that finds the mark. Good keep that time from the Cougars as they're able to go back to work offensively. They can't get a decent swing at it, so Long Beach gets a look, but the Cougars another up. Now Dothard high off the block in a spot where COC can handle. Now Greer off the weak side, partially blocked at the net. Dump attack on 2. Tuliao reads the defense well. Long Beach evens it at 17 all here in the first set. Moncada back to serve. Cougars try and go inside that time to Gilly, but no. And far side to Dothard, who scores it. Make it 18-17 College of the Canyons. It's another good look for COC. Long Beach goes inside. Gagao able to knock it through the block and down. The Vikings fired up. Villalua back to serve, misses long. So once again, COC inching back ahead by a point. Oh, good dig, and that one lands in. But I think they said it was a net touch on COC. I thought the Cougars had scored the point, but a touch into the net on College of the Canyons gives it to Long Beach. Here's Montserrat Rodriguez back to serve. Good jump serve in, Golfing handles. They'll set far side, will COC for Hooper, for Vazin that was blocked. And then a swing into the net that time from Hollins after the keep from Long Beach. So the Cougars back with another point. Make it 20-19 in favor of College of the Canyons. Rodriguez a back row tip. Benjamin just a soft touch at the net. Kept up by Gagao. Falling back, swing from Hollins scores. For Long Beach, you'll take it how you can get it. So Long Beach back to serve. That one goes wide. So the Cougars back once again in a lead here. So we go 21-20 in favor of COC, and a legal touch on Long Beach, a double called on the Vikings. So the Cougars once again back out in front. (22-20) in favor of College of the Canyons. This time service long. Here's Tuliao back into serve for Long Beach. Goldfein will have to play it over as the Cougars tough on the first handle. Swing off the far side, kept up in the back row. Now Greer into the net. Vailoa had the first swing that the Cougars didn't handle as clean as they would have liked. And then Greer couldn't finish it off as everybody kind of running around outside their spots for a moment. Soft touch doesn't fall. Goldfein bump set for Greer into the block. Lifted up at the net by Curry. Score it for College of the Canyons once again. Make it 23-22 in favor of COC. Again, you gotta like the way we look so far if you're Clay Timmons and Lisa Hooper, the head coaches for College of the Canyons. As you've had some tough runs, a little bit of young team struggles, but have found a way back and have a 1-point lead. Green kept up. Vailoa not able to get it down on a soft touch, and then Green never got off the floor on the last swing. So we go back to 23 all. Cougars elect for a timeout here as they want to discuss things. So the final timeout of the first set for COC will take a timeout as well. Cougars in Long Beach, 23 all.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do. And the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health.
(23-22) COC and Long Beach. Or 23-23, we should say, COC and Long Beach here on the Cougar Sports Network. And that is what has been a back and forward affair so far in the first set. Last year, these two teams met down at Long Beach City College Gymnasium. Canyons hit 30% in the match compared to just an .053 hitting percentage for Long Beach. Vikings also had 21 errors in the match on the attack line, with 7 more from the back line. So it was a struggle all around for Long Beach. Cougars had 11 blocks in the contest to go along with 28 digs as they picked up the victory. As we're even at 23 all, Greer couldn't punch it hard enough over the net to be dangerous. COC able to keep it up after a tip at the net. Dothard, a good swing, dug out right at Tuliao, who was right in perfect position. Cougars will get another look, though, here. Inside, quick. Benjamin, another dig, and Long Beach keeps it up. And then Benjamin drives it down. Good sequence from both sides. Long Beach going to take a timeout to talk about it here in the first set. So a couple of good ups off each side. As it was a little runaround back and forward. Tuliao had a couple of great digs for Long Beach. So 24-23, COC serving for the first set here. As they get the service ace from the back line from Benjamin, the Cougars take the first set 25-23 in a back and forward. And now the teams will rotate off and we'll step aside for a timeout here on the Cougar Sports Network.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
At College of the Canyons, we're always here to help make your future remarkable. Choosing classes is always flexible, so you can study your way. Learn at one of our 2 state-of-the-art campuses, or from home with our online options. Tuition is always affordable, with classes starting at just $46 per unit. We offer financial aid and 0 textbook cost classes to help you save. Always flexible, affordable, remarkable. Always College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule now.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do. And the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health.
College of the Canyons is always ready when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougars athletics programs offer a great college experience. Take control of your athletic future at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
1-0 lead for COC as they took the first set 25-23 over Long Beach. As we'll get ready to go back to work in the second set in just a moment. Final seconds ticking off here. The set break. So a much different start than just 5 days ago for COC. As Irvine Valley came out and absolutely dominated the first set of that matchup. The Cougars able to battle back out of a little slow start against Long Beach and take the first set win. So for COC here to start the second set, Golfing's still the libero. They had that rotation last week where Golfing kind of started as libero, then they moved others in there. It'll be Golfing out there, Dothard and Vazin in the back row, Benjamin along with Aaron Zazu and Carice Johnson in the front row. For Long Beach, Curry out there along with Violoa. in the front row. Tuliao serving to start. We'll get to the rest of the Long Beach starters here in this second set. We know Moncada is the libero still, as Long Beach starts out feeding Michaela Curry, who had 38 kills last year for Long Beach. But gets a big one there. Long Beach up 1-0 here in the second set. Moncada Rodriguez. So we said Vaioloa out there. Curry and Hollins on the floor, as that one's set long by Tuliao. Tuliao was a superb setter last year for Long Beach. 500 assists on the season. It added 56 kills. And it was just a tough run for the Vikings, as they could never really get anything going attack-wise. Good up that time from Long Beach. Dothard long, no touch at the net. Kind of a tough set to Dothard that time, as Aaron Zazu kind of set it a little bit behind her. Carmela Infante in to serve now for Long Beach, as they'll rotate out Rodriguez as well. And get Brandy Ramirez into the front row. Dothard handles from the back line. Aaron Zazu will set her on the strong side into the block. Cougars keep it up, and we'll just have to play it over. And they play it out. And those are the little mistakes that compound themselves if you're COC, that you expect early on in the year, want to get out of the system early on in the year, and get better as the season goes on. And it's not as though Caitlin Vazin does not have solid volleyball experience. Played for Valencia High School locally, as that time an inside set to Leah Gilly falls. And if you know anything about the Santa Clarita Valley and its volleyball prowess, it's usually a very good volleyball area. Saugus, with a couple of the girls that are on the team this year, the ladies that are on the team this year, won a CIF title a few years back. You look, Kira Hooper, Presley Goldfein, part of the Saugus programs. Naomi Greer, also part of that Saugus program. Jasmine Rhodes. So them all very experienced in terms of, at some point, playing big game volleyball. You got to figure that'll translate to the college game pretty well. Sutton Thompson, a little short set on the inside to Gilly, and it makes it 4-2 in favor of the Vikings. As we said, Vazin from Valencia High School. Lots of big game volleyball out in the Santa Clarita area. Valencia had been known as a volleyball powerhouse for a number of years. Saugus has kind of taken over that run. Valencia, or Canyon, was pretty good for a number of seasons. Good dig from Tuliao, but the pass towards Moncada off the dig was just a little too hard for her to handle, and the Cougars will get credit for a kill at 4-3. And it's not as though the Cougars don't have a number of other ladies from outside the area that are used to big game volleyball. One that comes to mind is actually Sutton Thompson, the setter right now, out of Bakersfield, California. Went to Frontier High School. She was a 4-year varsity starter, a Jockey Club Award winner, a first-team All-League in Kern County, and a Kern All-Star. We weren't ready yet, as the down official was not quite up to go. So you got to figure adding in others. We haven't seen Madison Gomez today. She was one that rotated in as a libero last week, and I actually don't see Madison Gomez anywhere on the bench today. Well, actually, she just served the ball. Never mind. That's why I don't see her on the bench. She's out on the floor. I didn't see her sub in. Gomez played some big game volleyball for Burbank as a setup to Vasquez, kept up. Tuliao tries to go on two, but the Cougars scout it well. Now a near side swing tooled off the block, but down on the Cougars' side as Priscilla Miranda trying to get a tool, but didn't hit it high enough off the block. And Long Beach gets credited with the block, makes it 5-3. Thompson sets near side, punched long by Vasquez as it was too tight to the net. I think we're going to see a substitution here. As Sutton Thompson out, Jalen Zavala coming in. The freshman out of Rancho Cucamonga, so the setters will switch off. As Sutton Thompson, they need to talk to her a little bit and have a discussion about where we're placing the ball. But again, learning, everybody's growing, and part of what we talked about in the pregame show for COC, learn together, grow together, get a little better together each and every night. Vasquez rolls it in. Long Beach able to get it over and get it down as the Cougars weren't quite ready at the net on a block attempt. So side out for COC, or for Long Beach once again here. Vaialoa back to serve. Will float right at Vasquez. Zavala a back set towards Miranda, kept up. Tuliao kind of just jumping in the air, gets it to fall home. See kind of just the fall away here. We'll get it back to game action. The Cougars will play it over. And once again, Long Beach able to find a hole in the Cougar defense, and we'll get a timeout. 9-3 in favor of Long Beach. Timeout on.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
So we talked about some of the growing pains, and you can see it here in the start of the second set. 9-3 Long Beach. COC took the first set 25-23 in a back and forward set where both teams had leads. So we'll go back to work here. Vaialoa back to serve. Cougars will get a point back off it as they put it into the net, but able to slide it home. Presley Golfin will go back to serve for COC here. Golfin sends it deep, handled by Moncada. Long Beach will just have to play it over. Gomez handles first, Zavala inside Benjamin, kept up. That one off the block, but a net touch on COC. Rodriguez in to serve. And Long Beach Gets a service ace out of Rodriguez. As the Cougars just a mishandle. Rodriguez back serving once again. We'll play it in. Bad first pass from Vasquez on serve receive. So Long Beach will get another attack. They'll set far side. Tip play for Hollins doesn't fall. Bump set Golfine Greer. Kind of jumping straight up. Got a lot on it, but didn't get enough to get it down. And then Hollins off the far side. Tools off the block for Long Beach. The Vikings find themselves once again out in front, and this time the lead is 8. Hollins. Golfine couldn't handle. Nine-point Long Beach lead. Rotation here for COC. Vasquez off the floor. Vazin back in. Trying to mix things up a bit. Rodriguez in. Miscommunication from the Cougars that time. And it's a service ace once again for Rodriguez to give Long Beach a 10-point lead. Gomez handles it first and popped it straight up, and the Cougars just nobody rotating over to help out. This time Vazin handles. Benjamin forced to bump set. Greer a swing. Tuliao on the other side doesn't fall. Now Greer tries to time into it, tools it off the block, finds the point for COC. And it ends a pretty solid Long Beach run. Golfine will get credit for the assist on the bump set. And Zazu back to serve. Caught a first handle. No touch at the net for Gagao as it swings long. We'll go Aaron Zazu again. That time Rodriguez handles. Hollins just has to bump it to the far side. Tuliao puts it in a spot so Long Beach can try and get set defensively. They do well as they're able to keep up the Vazin swing. Then Hollins into the block, but stuffed at the net by Camilla Benjamin. Up with her that time was Johnson. Cougars defense set well that time. And Canyons climbing back in, trailing now by 7. Good tip by Tuliao, but the Cougars able to push it back over, and Benjamin just dumps it down for the COC point. You can see Tuliao on the replay, kind of soft touch, a great diving dig from Golfine, and an even better read from Benjamin to just poke it back over the net. And the Cougars back in the set here at 14-8. Bad set that time. Canyon tried to tap it down, couldn't get it. Now they'll get a chance for Johnson, who swings to the middle. Dunk out. Tuliao just bumps it over. Now Vazin power tipped, but power tipped it right into the net. Tuliao kind of got into a bad position. The Cougars should have gotten a break here, but you can see Vazin just too much push on it and pushed it right straight into the net. So it ends a little 4-0 run for COC. Service error from Gagao. She'll come straight out as they'll bring Moncada back in. Dothard comes back on the floor for COC to take over for Madison Gomez, as Caitlin Vazin from Valencia High School out in the back row to serve for COC. Little awkward chance there for Hollins. Set was just a little bit too far forward, and Hollins tried everything she could to push this one back onto the Cougars' side of the floor, just couldn't get it there. Canyons back within 5, so crawling their way back in here in this second set. Good handle from Moncada. Tuliao's swing kept up by COC. Dothard doesn't get a leap at it, but it didn't matter anyway. Double called on the Cougars. So a 6-point Long Beach lead. Now Dothard. Good look that time for Dothard. Has a nicely run offensive attack from COC that time. Just about as good as you can get as she plays it right through the block and down. And Camilla Benjamin, who's finished off the last set with a service ace, starts us off. Benjamin from the back row keeps it in the air. Dothard from the strong side tipped it to the middle of the floor for Long Beach. They'll try and dump on 2, but the Cougars keep it up. Dothard again, that time into the block. Vaz in there to help. Tuliao on the first touch. Moncada the second touch. Long Beach over off the block. Cougars inside quick, didn't work that time for Gilly, and Long Beach keeps it up. This time Johnson tried to tip it to the far side, no. Now Hollins into the block, kept up. Hollins again. Dothard diving. Cougars dump it over. Long rally here. Dump attack finally scores. And who else but Perliana Tuliao. As you can see, the Cougars just scrambling that time to try and get back to it. Could not. 17-11. And a timeout for COC. We'll take a timeout as well. 17-11. Long Beach in the lead.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do. And the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health.
So 17-11. Golfing too tight to the net that time. An easy block for Vaialoa. So Long Beach, 7-point lead here. Good inside set to Curry. Golfing tried her best to keep it off the floor, but could not. Johnson couldn't get it to fall. Cougars, though, double at the net. Johnson and Gilly both up. And they keep themselves in it here, and then a violation against Long Beach. I think the Long Beach bench. Ariana Ortiz, I believe, got the warning. So Sutton Thompson back to serve. Tough handle for Long Beach. They'll just have to play it over. Dothar didn't get it over the net. So an 8-point lead here. Touch given. Thompson, I think, got a hand on it as it went long, was trying to wave away from it, but Moncada gonna get credit for the service ace. And again, Long Beach closing in on a first set, or a second set victory, trying to even this at one set apiece. No touch that time given, so the Cougars keep themselves alive, trailing by 8 here in the second set. Dothard back to serve. Rips it hard. Dothard has a surface.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, you
hard with the little power. Dothard speeds it in again. Didn't matter though, Long Beach able to finish it off. Brandy Ramirez that time. Like to see Dothard back at the service line though, can really rip it. You wonder what she can do if she gets a run into it on the attack side. The Cougars just really have not been able to get her set so far through 2 matches. But again, early in the season, service ace. Nobody moving that time for COC. Vaialoa gets the easy service ace, kind of claps her hands together, gives a wry smile and says, yeah, that's what I wanted. Little dip dive on the serve and nobody for COC moving. 23-14. Dothard this time handles. No touch at the net. Gilly goes long. Long Beach serving for the second set, trying to even the match at 1 set apiece. Dothard this time on handle. Cougars can't get it over the net, and that'll end the second set. So a dump attack that does not work for COC. And we will go to third set action, 1 set apiece. Long Beach, COC.
College of the Canyons is always ready when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougars athletics programs offer a great college experience. Take control of your athletic future at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments, time with friends, lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's, be a sub above.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do. And the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health.
At College of the Canyons, we're always here to help make your future remarkable. Choosing classes is always flexible, so you can study your way. Learn at one of our 2 state-of-the-art campuses, or from home with our online options. Tuition is always affordable, with classes starting at just $46 per unit. We offer financial aid and 0 textbook cost classes to help you save. Always flexible, affordable, remarkable. Always College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule now. So Canyons will start things off here as we go back to work in the third set. One set apiece as Caitlin Vazin back to serve for COC. Vazin will drive it in. Moncada will handle. And Curry will not get it over the net on her first swing. So the Cougars with a 1-0 lead here in the third set. Curry, Moncada, Tuliao, Rodriguez, Vaialoa, and Jordan Hollins all out there for Long Beach to start here. As Hollins on handle. Tuliao does everything she can to keep it in play. Golfing keeps it up for COC, but then played into the net by Celeste Anaya. Anaya, Aranzazu, Golfing, Dothard, Benjamin, and Vazin for COC here in the third set. Carmelina Infante back to serve, sends it long, no touch given. Good discipline by Golfing that time to let it go. Now Camilla Benjamin, that jump float that she throws up there. Tuliao sets weak side. Vaialoa knocks it dead. Jalen Zavala back in. Cougars with a 3-2 lead. Net touch on COC. Vaialoa once again back to work. Zavala will set Dothard. They said it did not get over. So score the point for Long Beach here. See, Dothard got a good rip at it this time, but the double was timed well on her, and she was trying to hit it through him and instead hit it into the tape. Vaialoa back with a 4-3 lead. Golfing on handle. Zavala inside. Greer didn't get it over. And that's a spot last year with COC. That little inside quick play to the big middle blocker seemed to work very well, but just early on in the season, struggling to get it to line up properly. That time it lined up a little bit better. Zavala to Greer. And Greer gets credit for the kill. Golfing again on service handle to get it started. Kira Hooper in to serve for COC. Long Beach able to keep it up. Good swing that time from Vazin, but a better dig and a dump on two falls. Really good dig that time from Makata that sets up the dump play. Long Beach scoring off that quick attack on two. Cougars have read it about 50% of the time. Good inside play that time to Greer, who drives it down, and that is when that play works very well, how dangerous it can be. And the Cougars have plenty of size in the middle in Naomi Greer at 6'3". Leah Gilly plays on the inside at 5'10". Vasquez listed at 5'10", kind of plays all around. Camilla Benjamin also in the middle at 5'10", so they got plenty of size when they want to use it. So Long Beach able to keep that up after a tough service handle. Johnson dug out. Tip play kept up. Johnson again tips down the line, and she's got it for the point for COC. Good read that time by Carice Johnson. Sees it, tips it. Nothing that Moncada can do to get to it. And Goldfein back to serve for College of the Canyons. Rodriguez, an overhand handle. Tip play kept up by COC. Played back over and played long. Vaialoa trying to get it in, could not. There's the initial pump back from COC. Vaialoa trying to catch the Cougars sleeping, could not. And Goldfein back to serve once again. Long Beach a little out of sorts. Cougars back to work on the offense. Vazin just rolls it in. Tuliao able to get it over. Johnson, hard tip to the back row. Blocked at the net on a soft touch by Gagao. Benjamin right up for it. Drives it right back down, and it's 8-6 in favor of College of the Canyons. Look at the read, the solo block from Camilla Benjamin. Knows it's there and just taps it right back. Goldfein back to work on serve. Long Beach gonna just touch it over. Vazin kept up, but not into a spot where it was handleable. Gagao had some trouble with it that time. Vazin has a kill. Timeout by Long Beach. Tyler Jackson and company want to talk about it. The Cougars a 9-6 lead here in the third set, as COC and Long Beach tied at a set apiece here from the Cougar cage. COC a 9-6 advantage here as we get ready for continued third set action. Staying with the Presley Goldfein serve. This time serves long. So the timeout works for Long Beach. They get a side out. Ariana Ortiz back to serve for Long Beach. Kira Hooper on first handle. Vazin over. Good handle that time from Ortiz, but Long Beach just has to bump it back over. Zavala inside. Benjamin got it down. Maybe didn't get a full piece of it, but still got plenty of power on it to knock it off the block and down. Long Beach trailing by 3 as the Cougars will go back to work as Aaron Zazu back to serve. Good work by Jalen Zavala that time. She looked very comfortable in that set position. Aaron Zazu in on serve. Tuliao got it off the net and in. As Vaialoa worked on the set that time. Her and Tuliao kind of stay in the game. They're both listed as setters, but both can work as outside hitters and opposite hitters. It's part of what makes Long Beach a very dangerous-looking squad here, even though it's just their first game. No touch at the net, so Long Beach will get the point. When you can go out there with dual setters that can do a couple of different things, it makes it tough for the opposition defense, to kind of figure out who the attack's going to be set from. And it makes you just have to think that much more. Aaron Zanzu's set, she kind of had to do everything she could to keep it in play, as it was a bad pass from Hooper tight to the net. And Aaron Zanzu was trying to stay off the net, keep the ball in play, and she put it back over the head of Caitlin Vazin. Nothing she could do. Vazin this time on soft touch, no. Vaialoa didn't. They said it got over, but it doesn't matter. The Cougars going to get the point anyway. I never thought it got across. The officials said it did. Take another look here. I don't know, pretty tight. Didn't matter. Long Beach had trouble cleaning it up after that. So the Cougars back with an 11-10 lead. Vazin back to serve in rotation here for COC. Zips it in hard, handled by Rodriguez. Hollins doesn't get a touch at the net. Drives it long, had to jump deep off the 10-foot line. And then had to try and roll it over the top of the defense. Never quite got it there. Vazin once again back to serve. Cougars back out in front by 2 here in the third set. Rodriguez handles. Vaialoa off the top of the block. Vazin on first touch. Dothard will get the swing off the strong side that's kept up. On 2, Tuliao is scouted by Aaron Zazu. And we rally back and forward. Net violation on COC. I think it might have been Camilla Benjamin trying to go up at the block here. See the net kind of shake on the screen. Tough to see from the high up camera, but it's the only one we have for replay, so we'll go with it. Dothard, bad first handle on service handle. And then the Cougars just kind of air it around and knock it out of play, so we're even at 12 all. Serve reception, very important. That was kind of a struggle the other night for COC. At times has been a struggle here tonight. Dothard again has trouble with the service handle, so the Cougars will just have to play it over. Good swing from Michaela Curry on the inside. Well set that time from Perliana Tuliao. Carmelina Infante back to serve. Vikings back out in front. Oh, service ace off the tape. Doesn't get much more unlucky than that if you're COC. Golfing that time, bad handle on serve reception. And Michaela Curry there to make the Cougars pay. Overpass on serve reception leads to a Long Beach point and a 3-point lead. Serve long, no touch. Golfing diving to handle it. Thinking it might land in, and maybe the Cougars doesn't touch her there. Benjamin into serve, will send it in. Curry's tip play doesn't work. Cougars then set on a Vasquez who drives it in. Back within one. We'll stay with the Camilla Benjamin serve. Good set by Aaron Zanzu that time. And Vasquez able to lean right into it. Benjamin short float that time. Vaialoa, no touch at the net. And just like that, the Cougars rally back to even it at 15 all. So we continue in an even match back and forward. Benjamin once again, this time put it into the net, trying to go with a little more pace on it. And she'll check back out as they bring Goldfein, the libero, back in to work at the back row. And both Lisa Hooper, and Clay Timmons talking to Camilla Benjamin afterwards. Inside for Greer. No chance for Long Beach. Moncada got a hand on it, but the inside quick from Aaron Zazu to Greer works very nicely that time. And actually, no, they gave the point to Long Beach. I thought maybe it was a net touch on Greer. Good rally once again. Rolled in that time from Anaya. Ramirez off the block and down. That time the Cougars able to find a score. Inside to Greer that time. (18-16) Long Beach third set. Tied at a set apiece. Vailoa, good swing. Not much the Cougars could do to handle. Off the opposite side, off the weak side, but cross courts for the win. 19-16, and then a service error right back on the other side gives the point back to the Cougars. Kira Hooper back in to serve for COC, daughter of Lisa Hooper, who's in her 21st season on the bench for the College of the Canyons Cougars, in a co-head coaching role now with Clay Timmons. Hooper goes long, does Kira. A little too much on the pace. Muncie Rodriguez back to go. Vazin didn't get a good look at it. Blocked at the net on a soft touch by Hollins, played over. Zavala inside, Greer, stuff block. Gagao right there for it. Fired up for Long Beach as they lead 21-17. Moncada kept that play alive with that diving keep attempt. Vazin dug out. Rodriguez back row, Hooper handles. Vazin again from the 3-meter line, couldn't get it. And then the dump play for Long Beach works. That time it was Vailoa. Timeout, College of the Canyons. Cougars want to talk about it. Long Beach 22, College of the Canyons 17. As we continue on here in third set action. (22-17) Long Beach out in front here in the third set. Monty Rodriguez still back serving for Long Beach. Vazin this time able to get it over and in. Blocked at the net by Greer. Cougars will go back to work. Greer into the block, kept up. Cooper in the back row keeps it up. Another chance the Cougars able to keep it off the floor, and Vazin will roll it back into Long Beach's side. Tuliao didn't get it across. Cougars able to win the point after some hard-earned defense from College of the Canyons. And again, 22-18 in favor of Long Beach. Presley Golfine back to serve. Point for Long Beach as it didn't get inside the antenna from COC that time. That one into the net. 23-19. Aaron Zazu back in. Rodriguez plays it across. Benjamin on the inside. Score it for Camilla Benjamin that time. As the Cougars back within 3. Good serve that time from COC, and they get the point. Aaron Zazu off the serve. Long Beach gonna take a timeout. 23-21. College of the Canyons, Long Beach City College here in the third set.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's, be a sub above.
23-21. College of the Canyons in Long Beach. Here from the Cougar cage. And what has been a fun one so far. Cougars took the first set. Long Beach the second. And we battle back and forward once again here in the third. Hollins with serve handle. Tuliao through the block and down. Long Beach will serve for the set here. Again, the Cougars had a lead in 1 point in this set, but little errors compounding, and that's usually the case. And Zazu just keeps it in play. And Long Beach able to win it. Curry knocks it down. Vikings take the third set 25-21. So they lead 2-1. Timeout upcoming. We'll take the break here on the Cougar Sports Network. Getting ready for third set action, Long Beach and College of the Canyons. As Long Beach with a 2-1 lead, but will have to wait as the scoreboard turned off. They'll get it back together at some point in time here. So we go back to work. Long Beach with a 2-1 lead. As we start off with a net touch on COC. And actually it was a net touch on Long Beach, pardon me. So the Cougars with a 2-0 lead here to open. Good start for the Cougars. So they stay with the Kabia Benjamin serve. Curry handles. Viola punches over. Vazen sets Gilly. No net touch. Goes wide. Point given to Long Beach. Fonte back to serve. Some sort of delay, but looks like it's logged. I believe it was Lisa Hooper talking to Leah Gilly, and Gilly sends it long. That was actually the finished play from the last set. So replay didn't load. Vasquez double touch going to be called against Vailoa. Zavala back to serve now. Lift called against Long Beach. Replay didn't pick it up, so we're struggling with the replay right now, trying to get it worked out. Only our second game of the season too, folks, so technical difficulties happen at times. Service ace that time for Zavala. See if replay might have picked this one up. And it did. You could see that last second rotation from Curry, I think, threw off Infante. And again, Zavala with another service ace. So the Cougars the 6-2 lead here in the fourth set, needing the fourth to send us to a fifth and deciding set. Another good serve. Zavala, and then the Cougars touch it back over and out of play. Zavala creating some trouble with the serve here. And you can see Greer just tried to push it right back and had too much on it. Here's Moncada to serve. Little jump float handled by Goldfein. Zavala inside, blocked off the swing from Greer. Long Beach back on their side will get an attack. And down the line into the back corner of the court was Vailoa. So Long Beach back within two. Not much that Goldfein could do that time. As Moncada will go back to work at the service line for Long Beach. In, handled by Johnson. Rolled over by Vasquez, all she could do with it. And that one is sent long from Brandy Ramirez. Kara Hooper into the game to serve now for COC. That one looked like it might have landed in, but the Cougars will take the point. Hooper, a little more float on it that time, gets it in. Long Beach has some trouble with the spin, so the Cougars will get an attack. They'll set Johnson, no touch at the net, hits it long, and Long Beach will pick up the point. Good first handle, decent set, and Johnson just had too much on it. Vallo back to serve. Freshman out of Cypress High School. Vazin gets it in. Ramirez just has to play it over. Zavala tried on two, but had too much underneath it. Tuliao, high off the block. The Cougars go back to work. Vazin down the line. Vialoa plays it up. Tuliao into a block. Cougars again keep it in the air. Vazin jumping and knocks it back in play. Ramirez this time high off the net, scores it. Canyons couldn't get to it that time. It was a good rally once again, but Long Beach able to pick it up. The double was there. The Cougars slid well. Golfin on first handle. Zavala will set Vazin on the near side. It was blocked. Now Johnson put it right straight into the middle of the net. And we're out even up at 7 here. And we'll see a substitution. Priscilla Miranda coming in to take over for Caitlin Johnson. Valoa back to serve once again for Long Beach. Good handle from Kara Hooper that time. Miranda high off the block, and she'll get a kill out of it. Miranda just 7 attacks in the first matchup. Had an error and no kills, so a negative hitting percentage, but that'll help her out a little bit. Good serve from Golfin to start us off. Tuliao blocked and kept up by Vazin, played over by Miranda. Tuliao off the weak side this time, kept up by COC, but they couldn't keep it off the floor long enough to save the point. Benjamin falling after Golfin trying to play it off the net and could not. Monsi Rodriguez back in to serve now for Long Beach. Zavala, a running bump set that Benjamin just plays over. Long Beach, though, has to play it right back as they were not organized. Vazin kept up by Vialoa. Good swing by Jordan Hollins that time. Tools it right off the COC block. And Long Beach back in the lead 9-8. Good dig by Vialoa to set it up. Zavala again running into a bump set, able to get it into a spot for Miranda, but it was partially blocked at the net. And then the Cougars not able to stuff it back down. Vialoa with a nice tool that time off the weak side, and Long Beach with a 2-point lead. Hooper off the basketball hoop on handle. Cougars got it over. Power tip dug out. Good diving dig from Hooper to keep the point alive. On 2 for Long Beach, no. Benjamin just has to roll it back in play. Moncada. Set Tuliao, and she just kind of rolled it into the middle of the floor where nobody was. Gets Long Beach a point, gets another kill for Tuliao, and a timeout on the floor by COC. 11-8 in favor of Long Beach. We'll take a break. Eleven to 8, fourth set. Long Beach leading 2-1, and leading 11-8 here in the fourth. Trying to close it out, pick up a win to open their season. Remember we talked about pregame, all not lost if you're COC. Went 0-2 to start the year in 2021 and still made the state tournament, so. And when I say the state tournament, I mean the state finals portion of the tournament, not the SoCal Regional. As Holland scores on the tip of the net. (12 to 8). Long Beach out in front. Vazin, good pace on that to roll it in. Rodriguez, same off the other side. Vazin into the antenna. So again, talked about it from last week. Talked about it in the pregame show. Cougars growing as a team. They've won their first set of the season, did that in the first set, but have struggled over the last 2 and we'll say a half. That one blocked at the net. Vazin went up for it. I think Benjamin was there as well. So it scores a point for COC. And actually, no, it was all solo. Vazin by herself that time. Off the weak side, does a good job. We talked about in the pregame, kind of still growing together, everybody involved, which we've seen so far today. And we talked about it a little bit in the third set, growing pains and some little mistakes compounding, but the Cougars able to get another point back off Long Beach as the Vikings missed a handle on the initial serve, as it was tight service reception to the net. Punched over by Gagao now. Cougars will set Gilly, who plays it into the middle of the floor. Moncada just has to bump it. Tuliao plays it over. Benjamin tipped into the back row, kept up. Tuliao blocked at the net. That one didn't get over from Gagao, and the Cougars are going to get a point out of it and be right back in the set, trailing by 2 in a set they need to extend the match. So again, times a little frustrating, but all in all, like what you see so far from this young COC squad. Could play at the net that time by Tuliao, just beats Camilla Benjamin. It's an overpass on the serve. Benjamin thought she might have a point at it, and Tuliao met her and knocked it right back down into her face. Remember, just the first game of the season for Camilla, so she's getting herself going. Gagao into the net, service error. Vazin back to serve. Some pace on that one, handled by Rodriguez. Curry plays it over. Benjamin, illegal touch. A lift called against Camilla Benjamin. And that's that fine line on that tip play, that power tip that has become so prevalent over, say, the last 5 to 10 years. They talk about it a lot on the international volleyball broadcasts, if you ever watch and listen to those, maybe during Olympic time, is Leah Gilly with a kill to keep the Cougars within reach, trailing 15-13. But they talk a lot about that power tip being kind of borderline, and it's kind of been allowed into play. Years ago, it might have been called every time as a lift, but now it's rather legal, and it's kind of a fine line. You got to kind of walk it, and Camilla Benjamin kind of did not that time, and she's in the back row here. Missed set, and a net touch on Long Beach on a ball that went into the net and was not going to be a point for COC, and the chair official said no, it was into the net, kicking the ball on the COC side. No reason for her to touch it. And so COC gets gifted a point off of maybe a small mental mistake from Long Beach, and we go 15-14 as Benjamin will stay with the serve. Curry off the block, off the tape and down. Vasquez tried all she could to keep it off the floor, could not. Carolina Infante back to serve. Oh, good swing from Vasquez. Ramirez got a hand on it. Both her and Moncada floating through the area. Maybe Moncada might have had a better look at the handle as she was in a good spot. And Ramirez just trying to save the play, swung a hand out, knocked it away from Moncada, who was actually in a really good position, but too hot for Ramirez to handle. A kill for Vasquez, and Zavala in to serve for COC. That one into the antenna by Ramirez on a set that was too far back and too tight to the, or too far back towards the table and too tight to the net for her to even get it across. So we're even at 16 all. Stay with the Zavala serve. Zavala out of Los Osos, good serve. Tapped at the net, kept in play for a moment, but it's gonna go out off of Long Beach on the COC side. So the Cougars back in front, 17-16. Starts off of Zavala's serve. Argument from the Long Beach bench. And a timeout called by Long Beach. They want to talk about it. Tyler Jackson wasn't happy. Tyler Keel as well, not happy over there on the bench, but not much they can do. 17-16 COC out in front here in the fourth set, needing the fourth set to extend the match. We're talking about that power tip play. We've seen it a few times from both sides, and again, it's one of those things you talk about in international volleyball. Karch Karai talks about it a lot. Every time I watch a volleyball match with him and the indoor game, talking about that play, and it's kind of to a point for a time was controversial on whether it should be allowed. Now it's kind of just part of the game. But again, it's a fine line you have to walk. And it's a similar fine line to those plays to the net that we just saw, where the ball is over the top of the net. You got to be careful not to touch it on the opposition side. And kind of a joust play. We'll go back to work. 17-16, Cougars out in front. Jalen Zavala serving for COC. Floats deep back corner. Vaialoa. Vazin handled. Good running play from Miranda to keep it in play. Long Beach will get another attack. They go inside. Quick blocked at the net. Played over. Zavala. Greer, no. Moncada, a bump set. Vaialoa, good read. What a superb read from Vaialoa that time. Sees the play well. Vaialoa from Cyprus. Played for the Apex Volleyball Club, majoring in psychology. Using her volleyball psychology, as it were, that time to score the point for Long Beach. This time she goes with some power. The Cougars able to keep it up. Miranda just has to roll it into play. Vaialoa again, power. Zavala handles. Good running help from Goldfein, and the Cougars again keep it in play for the moment. Dump attack. Diving dig Zavala. Ramirez blocked at the net. Vaialoa into the tape, but finds the floor on the COC side. Boy, COC gave it everything they could on that run. As you can see, just kind of a roll off the tape, not much you can do. 18-17, Long Beach back in front. Moncada in. Zavala set strong side. Block at the net from Greer after a block at the net from Long Beach. That one into the net and down. Greer was up, nobody underneath to follow for the help. And Vaialoa scores the point once again for Long Beach. You see it on the finish here. Greer there, but everybody else kind of still trying to find their footing on the floor. 19-17 is Moncada serving again, serves Miranda. Vasquez, little inside outswing finds the floor. Vasquez checks back out. Kira Hooper back in. She'll go back to serve in a 1-point fourth set. Service error from Hooper, serve long. Second service error we've seen from her today. Hooper handles it, went off the roof, so the Cougars gonna have to just play it across. Tough break for COC. Ramirez kept up, Zavala punched over. Ramirez again, this time Hooper handles. Zavala sprinting through the middle of the floor, got it to Vazin, who rolls it in. Little rolling shot from Caitlin Vazin, had enough topspin to dive into the back corner on the far side of the floor from our camera. And the Cougars stay within one. Presley Goldfein in to serve. Inside attack from Long Beach kept up. Vazin, net, touch, given by the near side flag official, and we're even at 20 all. We'll take a look, see if we indeed can see anything. I doubt we can. Doesn't matter, it's a timeout, it's a point awarded, it's 20 all. Fourth set action here from College of the Canyons. Cougars trying to force a fifth and final set here in game number 2 of the season for COC. Back to work we go. Presley Goldfein serving as we are even at 20 all. Long Beach miscommunication on the set, so the Cougars will get a chance to retake the lead, and they do on a Caitlin Vazin swing off the near side. Good set from Jalen Zavala, who's slowly turning herself into maybe the 1B setter. Her and Aaron Zazu seem to be the two go-tos at the moment for COC. And I would dare to say that Zavala has looked much better. Good back set. Swing is there for Miranda, and the Cougars have a 2-point advantage here, 22-20. Every time Zavala on the floor, the Cougars offense seems to have some extra life. She tried to make a diving dig, but could not, as Long Beach on 2 that time scores a point back for the Vikings. As Vaialoa, as it typically is when Long Beach goes on 2, either her or Tuleau seem to be the two biggest culprits of that quick attack. Long Beach able to score it again. That time it's Tuleau off the near side. So we're back even at 22 all. Rodriguez in. Zavala dumps. Long Beach dumps on counter. Miranda dug out. Moncada a bump. Tuleau. Zavala just has to backhand it in. Johnson blocked, or Hollins, excuse me, blocked at the net. Vazin again had to just punch it over. Tuleau a tip. We rally. Benjamin! Through the block and down. Gal was there for the solo attempt, couldn't get it. And Zazu back to serve. 23-22. COC trying to extend it. Gagao, no net touch. Cougars now serving for the 4th set. Tuleau. Hooper handles. Net violation on COC. Benjamin into the net. So the Cougars will have a chance to attack for it here and send us to a 5th. Aaron Zazu sent it to an area and nobody there, so the Cougars just had to play it over. Tuleau makes them pay. So now we're at 24 all. We'll extend the 3rd set, or the 4th set here. Long Beach serving. College of the Canyons calling a timeout. And now you got to win 2 points in a row to win the 4th set. For COC, you need 2 to extend it. For Long Beach, 2 puts you home. 1-0 on the season. Up next for COC out on the road. El Camino and Grossmont, San Diego Mesa, Miracosta, and Cypress. Back here on the 13th against Desert College. So a tough little stretch. All those pretty good teams, El Camino, Grossmont, San Diego Mesa, Miracosta, and Cypress, will be very tough matchups for COC, but good growing matchups for the Cougars. And then get started in conference play. End of September, Glendale in town on the 27th. $24 as we go back to work. Gagao back to serve. Hooper on handle. Gilly blocked at the net. Oh, and then Vazin just, and you can see it, you can hear it up here. She tried to kind of scoop backhand it into play on the Long Beach side after the block in the up and scooped it into the net. Hooper out, Madison Gomez in. Long Beach serving for the match now as it's match point number 1 for Long Beach. Missed it wide. Gagao thought she had it. Good read by COC, so we'll extend. Bonus volleyball here in the 4th. Vazin back to serve. Rodriguez handles, dump play, didn't score, missed it long on the near side did Vallaloa. And the Cougars now serving for the set. Set point number 1 for them. Or actually, I think it's technically set point number 3 for them, but a chance here on the Vazin serve, 26-25. Vazin long, though, and will continue on, trading points. Benjamin, no. Moncada bump set. Vallaloa finds it. Long Beach now. Match point number 2. Tuliao back to serve. Vasquez handles. Gilly high off the block. Tuliao into the Benjamin block, and we continue on. Timia Benjamin finds a way to extend it for COC. Got to Vallaloa. Benjamin just read it well and went up for the solo. Long Beach going to clean off the floor here on their side as they had 3 ladies diving down. Now we'll go Camilla Benjamin here. Service error. Match point 3 for Long Beach coming up on the serve. Carmelina Infante coming in to serve. High handle from Vazin. So Long Beach will get an attack. Vaialoa dug out. Vasquez rolls it in. Ramirez tools it off the block. Long Beach takes it 29-27 in the fourth set. They take it 3-1. But despite the loss, if you're COC, I know you're not happy you're 0-2 to start the season. However, a lot to be happy with going into this weekend, this road trip over the next couple of weekends. Chance to try and get yourself right. It's a tough loss to Long Beach in a match that you had some control of in spots and lost some control in other spots, but the growing pains a little bit continue. It doesn't matter though, as they fall 29-27 in the fourth set, 3-1 the final score. So the Cougars 0-2 for the first time since 2021. But remember, they were 2-8 that year, made the 3C2A state tournament. Hoping to repeat that effort once again this year. We'll see if they can pull it off. There's a lot of season left to go. Well, we thank you for joining us here on the Cougar Sports Network. We hope you can join us again next time, as we are currently scheduled to pick up soccer next week. 3 soccer matches on the docket, provided we have the equipment all geared out. We're still waiting on some stuff, so hopefully we do. Keep tuned in to the Cougar Sports Network for that. And, of course, we will have football home opener on Saturday next week, the 9th of September. Make sure you join us for that one as the Cougars take on Fullerton. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.